Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Mark. Huge thanks to Mark and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Mark reached out asking for his very first cEDH deck built around Urza, Lord Protector, and I was more than happy to help him. Now, Mark also told me that he doesn't want to use any proxies. He was missing Tundra, Mox Diamond, and Lion's Eye Diamond, and asked that I didn't include any expensive reserve list cards in the deck. I know that generally cEDH players don't care about proxies, but since this was the request of a patron, I wished to honor it. Now, before we get started, I'd like to ask you to quickly like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Urza Lord Protector is a 3-mana 2/4 legendary human artificer. He makes it so that instants, sorceries, and artifact spells we cast cost 1 less to cast. Additionally, if we own both Urza Lord Protector and the Might Stone and Weak Stone, we may pay 7 mana, exile both of them, then meld them into Urza Planeswalker. However, we can only do that as a sorcery. Now, Mark also told me that he wanted the Might Stone and Weak Stone in his deck, which I included, but since this is cEDH, there's a good chance he'll never be able to flip Urza. Regardless, I wanted him to have a good chance to win and included several game-ending combos for him to use. Now, normally I'd suggest a checklist. Something like this. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. But that's for casual or even higher powered play. For cEDH, you want a checklist that looks something like this. 30 or so lands, the best ramp available to you in your colors, as many tutors as you can fit in your color identity, 20 to 30 pieces of interaction including stacks, but most importantly, a focus on winning. Suddenly, violently, and all over the place. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard was made famous by their Boulder, which now come in these lovely 2-tone boxes, allowing you to show your guild loyalty. Unless you're a filthy Dimir player who's simply disguising their deck, trying to infiltrate the team and learn the secrets of that most entertaining of guilds, the Rakdos. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard Synergy Boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Flooded Strand, Arid Mesa, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Windswept Heath, Misty Rainforest, Hallowed Fountain, Sea of Clouds, Deserted Beach, Adarkar Wastes, Gemstone Caverns, Hengegate Pathway, Urza's Saga, Scavenger Grounds, Reliquary Tower, 6 Plains, and 6 Islands make up our deck list. Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector, Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, Cloud Key, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Smothering Tithe, Basalt Monolith, Mox Amber, Chrome Mox, Mox Opal, and Mana Vault help us to ramp out. Enlighten Tutor, Fabricate, Whir of Invention, Oswald Fiddlebender, Mystical Tutor, Tezzeret the Seeker, Trinket Mage, and Muddle the Mixture help us to find our combo pieces. Sensei's Divining Top, the Reality Chip, Mystic Forge, Rhystic Study, Mystic Remora, Fairy Mastermind, Esper Sentinel, and Archivist of Ogma help us to keep our hands full. Narset Parter of Veils, Cyclonic Rift, Fierce Guardianship, Swords to Plowshares, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Flusterstorm, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Mana Drain, Silence, Swan Song, Dovin's Veto, Mental Misstep, Pact of Negation, Path to Exile, Teferi's Protection, Counterspell, Dispel, March of Otherworldly Light, Dispatch, and Narset's Reversal allow us to interact with our opponents and shut down their combos. Drannith Magistrate, Grand Abolisher, Aven Mind Sensor, Spellskite, Lavina Azorius Renegade, Back to Basics, Elishnorn Mother of Machines, Rest in Peace, and Karn the Great Creator help us to slow the game down and lock out certain combos. The Mightstone and Weakstone, Aetherflux Reservoir, Rings of Brighthearth, Teferi Time Raveler, Displacer Kitten, Future Sight, Urza Lord High Artificer, Thassa's Oracle, and Laboratory Maniac are how we win the game. Now that we have our deck list, we should discuss some of the combos. Urza, or any of our artifact cost reducers, combined with Sensei's Divining Top and the ability to cast spells from the top of our library, like the Reality Chip or Mystic Forge, allow us to draw our entire deck. When you combine that with Aetherflux Reservoir, you can easily Death Star the entire table. Rings of Brighthearth and Basalt Monolith give us infinite mana. Teferi Time Raveler, Displacer Kitten, and any of our mana-positive rocks let us draw our deck and gives us a ton of mana. With so many combos that let us draw our entire library, there's no wonder we're running Thassa's Oracle and Laboratory Maniac. I know that people are tired of Thoracle, but I think it's mostly from the Demonic Consultation combo. So long as you're drawing your deck some other way, I don't really see it as a salty card. Unlike Back to Basics, that card is just mean. Now, for those of you who don't like cEDH, I did create a more budget-friendly version of the deck when the card was spoiled almost a year ago. I'll post a link in the upper right-hand corner so you can go check that one out. It's a lot nicer than this deck. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Ignis, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Nick, Borgie, Jack, and Exiled Rogue. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.